All right, David.
Going in.
David doused it. Yo, that looks like a bouquet of lettuce.
It is the summertime in the SGV, in the 626, and we're at a spot called Summer Rolls.
It's only right.
So this spot is a central Vietnamese style restaurant. What we're about to dive into, Richie, you've been to Central Vietnam.
Yes, sir.
And we're about to dive into what is very popular and known out there, Nem Nuong. Is it considered like maybe a Vietnamese sausage, or is it like a pork?
Some people do refer to it as a Vietnamese sausage. You were saying sausage is referred to as with the casing and everything. Yeah. There is no casing here, but I mean, you look at the process is really similar. And you're putting it in like the grinder, the meat grinder, all the sauces, you know, peppers and everything. So you put it in the fridge after you make your mix, and then you'll put it on the grill. Yo, I went to Nha Trang, man. You know, I kind of consider Nha Trang like, you would say the Miami of Vietnam. You could say that.
We have to actually explain to people what Vietnam looks like.
It actually kind of looks like Japan except flipped and then connected to land.
Well, that's why you never hear west-east, you always just hear north-south.
North-south central.
And I feel like almost because it's such a thin country, almost everywhere in Vietnam, there's like a coast. Summer foods is a lot of food you might eat around Nha Trang, around like the maybe beachy eatery areas.
Definitely. We're gonna get some, you know, some pretty refreshing foods.
And I think that this does still fit within our series that we always do with you, Rich,
called
Beyond Pho.
Today the episode is all about Nem Nuong.
Nem Nuong?
Nem Nuong.
Which are popularized on the West Coast by bro dards over in the OC.
You know what I noticed in non-Asian areas? When people are first exposed to something with a non-Asian name, they remember it more. Non-Vietnamese people may know Nem Nuongs as bro dards.
But this spot, Summer Rolls, man, they got 5 different types of Nem Nuong. 5 different meats.
They got chicken, beef, they got
sour pork,
regular pork.
Regular pork.
Shout out to the owner, Tony. Yo, Tony, we collaborated
a while back.
7 years ago.
Yeah.
Could you talk about the transition Nem Nuong to Summer Rolls?
Summer Rolls is easier to pronounce. Nem Nuong is really hard to pronounce, especially the new millennials. If they want to introduce it to their friends, it's hard for them to look it up.
And it sounds intimidating.
Exactly.
I know some people who don't call it Nem Nuong, they just call it Summer Rolls, because this is the only place they know it from. So you're almost rebranding. You got the brand name at least out here.
Summer Rolls, a lot of people call it the bro dards of the SGV.
Yeah.
Summer Rolls are
They
bro
don't know
dards.
what's up.
They don't know. They don't know
because we're open before they did.
Okay. Okay.
Back in '99.
Right here, we got the original Nem Nuong.
These are either served in room temperature or just slightly warm.
Yeah, you don't refrigerate them because the refrigeration will dry it out.
Yeah.
Yo. So this sauce is called Nuoc Cham.
Nuoc Cham just translates actually to just dipping sauce.
This is such an easy way. I think that's why this is working for the second generation. It's so easy.
So a lot of the times when you have this pork is usually really rubbery and hard, but I really like that it's not like that. I would say the texture of it is really nice, like really moist.
All right. Wow, they're flying in here. Yo, I like the snap that it had. At first it was a little bit like hard to get into, but once you start biting onto it, it breaks down.
No, it is packed. Yo, you know what's kind of crazy? Look inside the chip right now. There's kind of like, I think that's shrimp inside the chip.
I think it's a shrimp chip.
Yo, I never seen that ever.
All right, you guys, we've got the lemongrass beef and lemongrass chicken Nem Nuong. And I do think it is perhaps, I want to say it's a little bit more of a modern thing.
Okay.
Right?
This dip is different. This is more the traditional Nuoc Mam that you would dip like your regular spring rolls in.
Yo, I love how the chicken breaks down. Obviously, this is grilled chicken, so you're getting, you know, the layers of that meat right there. In a way, I like the flavor more.
Yeah.
Okay. Like that chicken, that's good.
Yeah. Now we are moving on to the grilled beef Nem Nuong. I'm excited about this because this is gonna remind me of the 7-course beef that I love so much. This is my favorite. You know, it has that nice grilled flavor that you can kind of give beef a little bit more than chicken. You know, when you char chicken, I think it dries it out a little bit too much. But when you char beef, oh my God.
Yo, Rich, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big chicken guy, but this beef Nem Nuong is creeping up.
Yo, this
creeped up on me like, ooh.
So you're going beef, chicken, and then the traditional?
Yo, man,
It's okay.
I don't want to say it.
All right, guys, so I gotta introduce you guys to Nem Chua right here. This is not typically how you would see it. You would see it at a deli, you know, really red because it is raw and fermented and everything. But this one, they seem to grill it, actually, so it's pretty interesting.
It almost looks like some salmon pieces.
Yeah, and this is why I think this restaurant serves the beer, because beer with this combination that's like the go-to right there.
This is an interesting color. This is the fanciest one I've had because I think I've eaten at the deli, but I never had this one.
I would say that one's pretty advanced though. Like if you're with your non-Asian friends and you want them to like the food, don't get this one.
But if you're trying to hit them with the smack, you hit them with this one, man. You know, fermented raw pork. No one eats raw pork.
So we went through 5 different flavors of Nem, meaning the rolls. Now we getting off the rolls and we getting on to the little bowls.
Oh, okay. So this one right here, man, this is a treat, all right? Because you don't know how hard it is to prepare these, all right? I've only had this probably once or twice in my life on these actual plates. Otherwise, I'm eating it from the deli. Like that's, everybody gets this from the deli in those little, the styrofoam plate.
The name is
Banh Beo.
Banh Beo.
Banh Beo.
Banh Beo.
So basically, I mean, these are pretty much like, they're always gonna be kind of pricey because look, you know, you're individually putting them on these plates, and I never prepared them, but I heard they are kind of like a pain in the butt.
This is almost like the oyster shooter of Vietnamese food, right?
you could
It's
say
like a
that.
shot.
So I looked up the recipe for what Banh Beo is made out of. It's steamed rice flour with tapioca in it. So it's gonna have a very, very squishiness to it. Kind of like part boba maybe, you know?
You know, this is how I know I'm getting older. Back then, when I was young, man, my mom used to always yell at me for drowning my Banh Beo in all the Nuc Mam I could. Like, literally, it would be floating and swimming. But, you know, nowadays, you know, I'm a little lighter with it.
This is also from Hue.
Oh, from Hue, okay.
And which leads us into another thing from Hue.
The Bumble Way. Yo, the BBH, Richie.
So this is bringing me back, man. There's this spot, man. Little lady used to prepare these. I went there probably at least 5 times, minimum 100 degrees, eating this. So I feel like I'm back.
When you were in Hue.
And when I was
Wait,
in
you
Hue.
said minimum 100 degrees, what do you mean?
Minimum 100 degrees outside.
Oh, you mean the weather was 100 degrees and you're still eating hot
That's how
Bumble Way?
good it is.
Minimum.
And even though it would be hot, it would make it that much better, so you would just have to throw it on there. So
Had to do it.
I'm excited to try this, man. So we got the pork blood right here. I don't know how this is prepared. I rarely ever see anybody take a whole bite of this. You're usually gonna take a bite like this and then just have probably a little bit of the
Okay, like a little follow-up.
I think they are leaving it up to the customer to put as much spice as they want because there's no spice in it.
Okay.
I think they're leaving it up to the customer to do that. But as far as flavor, man, this is pretty good.
Bruh.
Woo!
The ciabatta banh mi.
This reminds me of LA right here. This is a really LA looking sandwich, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like with the ciabatta,
Alright,
the ciabatta, you know, ciabatta, that's just a fun word to say.
So Vietnam was colonized by France.
Okay.
Which is why they use the baguette, right?
Yes, sir.
But this is ciabatta, which is not from the country that colonized Vietnam. It's from Italy.
Oh, it's from Italy. Okay,
it's an
okay.
Italian bread.
Little
Can't have
ciabatta.
Vietnamese food without Vietnamese ice coffee.
All right, just in time.
This tastes more like an American sandwich, which
yeah,
I think is
definitely.
important. I don't think everybody has to serve a traditional banh mi all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool to switch it up.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
honestly, if you wanted a traditional banh mi, you probably wouldn't come to somewhere else.
Nah.
Go for it.
No cut on the top of my mouth.
Last but not least, of central Vietnamese foods that are great in the summertime, we have
Bánh xèo.
Why is it people's favorite? So
I think it's just so different, you know what I mean? And like it's hearty. Like you have one of these and you feel full. You gotta have a lot of this to feel full,
true.
you know what I mean? You're putting it in lettuce, you're wrapping it up, you're having fun with it, you're getting messy. So I think that's why a lot of people really like this.
I wanted to bring a good point you just said. It's unlike anything else. There is not another dish in the Asian cuisine that I've come across that is like this.
And I know we were talking about this earlier, how everybody thinks this is egg. You know, you guys mention that a lot in videos.
It's not egg yolk. It's turmeric.
It has one of my favorite aspects to a bun sale. The mixture of crispiness with soft. Because when you have the soft and you know soaked in with the fish sauce, and then you got the crunch from the grilling and everything. I like that combination.
Is the crunch coming from the crepe or is it coming from the sprouts?
It's coming. When I'm talking about the crepe itself. Yeah.
Okay, crispy crepe.
You gotta have that. Like, I never like bun sale when it's leftovers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've
soggy.
never been a fan of that.
That wraps up for our Beyond Pho here at Summer Rolls. Running through the Nem Nuong, the Banh Seo, the Banh Beo, a lot of AOs. Go out to a spot that's serving traditional food that got some vibes. It's fun. But anyways, let us know in the comments below what you guys think about traditional food being served in a little bit more of a modern, accessible, cool way. And also in the comments below, let us know what other spots you want us to try around the LA area.
Fung Bros are back in the 626 area. You know, there's a lot of spots to cover, so be prepared.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. That was a very special episode of Beyond Pho, Fung Bros Food. Thank you to our special guest, Richie Lee.
Thank you for having me, man.
All right, and until next time, everybody, we out.
Peace. All right, you guys, follow Richie's channel.
Yeah, for sure. Richie Lee 23.
But yo, you guys, last video we were all in. We were in Singapore.
We were on set for Crazy Rich Asians being extras. Asked by John Chu to come out.
Yo, shout out to John. But I didn't make the cut, man.
I didn't. Hey, yo, my girl was joking around with me. She said, maybe you were just being a little too extra to be an extra. I was like,
shout out to Tony, shout out to Summer Rolls in Temple City. You guys gotta check out this spot. And until next time, we out. Peace.